Just wanted to do a quick PSA, and that is regarding stats that the devs don't immediately tell you about in-game, whether it's the Awokens or a couple other things I'll be going over. Now, I'm pretty sure that a lot of you, if not all of you, are aware that whenever you use the Awoken, you expect to get some kind of boost. My problem with the Awoken system, which I've already covered in its own bed, is that any Awoken that isn't potential unleash comes with at least one sort of drawback. Don't even have multiple drawbacks. But I'll go ahead and I'll put a link in the description down below if any of you want to take a look at any of that for yourselves. That'll be in the description. Other than that, I wanted to go over a couple things in game. Now, whether you're just starting out or have been playing for a while, you likely already know about your character height and your character width. Those actually affect your stats. And no one would blame you if you didn't know about it, because the devs do not tell you about it, which is why I'm making this vid. I find it very dumb that they don't have anything regarding stats when it comes to your health and width on your characters. It's dumb to me. But anyway, let's say you pick height 1. That is a 15% speed boost that your character is getting. Now let's say you're picking the second height. You get a 10% speed boost and 5 additional % in health, which will affect your pie chart on the right here, of course. And that is the height I currently have on Rain, as well as her dad, Usugi. I just have that on my Saiyans because, well, I feel like they need more speed than health. They already have low health as is. Small bonus would benefit them greatly. For me, I use 2 heights for all of my characters. If you want my personal recommendations, you can do whatever you want to, really, at the end of the day. They're your characters. Me, personally, height 1, I went Male Earthling and Frieza Race. They're the fastest characters in the game that you can create. And they're even faster, as I've demonstrated, with the shortest height, like I have on Ops. But anyway, height number 2, Saiyans. Height number 3, I went with female Earthling and female Majin. Height number 4, I went with the Namekian and the male Majin. Continuing on with the height stats, though. So let's say you pick the third one. That's a 5% increase to your speed. You get a 10% health bonus. Now let's say you pick the fourth height. You get no additional speed percentage. You get a 15% additional amount of health. So if you want more health or even more reach, that's why you would pick the taller heights. Completely up to you. Build your characters how you want to. One thing I will mention though, and this is probably something a lot of players do not notice either. So I've tested every single race and gender in the game to see what their base stats are like when they're in their balanced width. And we'll get to the stats on width shortly. But when I'm at max level and I'm looking at the pie chart here, not a single point put in, that more or less tells me how I would likely want to min-max my character. So what I've noticed is that the more proficient blasters in the game are the male Majin, the female Earthling, the female Saiyan, and the Frieza race. And then the ideal striker race or gender would be male Saiyan, male Earthling, Namekian, and the female Majin. And a lot of people might not know this either. The Namekian actually have the second highest amount of basic in the game. So that's all the more reason to make them strikers, in my opinion. Vice versa with the Frieza race, who notoriously hit harder with blasts. That aside, one other stat you might be wondering about is your character width. Does that have anything to do with your stats? Yes, it does. So let's say you're balanced. You don't get any additional benefits whatsoever to either your strike, your basic, or your Ki Blast supers. Now, if you want to be more proficient in blasting, you want to make your character slim. You will actually get a 2% boost in damage to all blasts. Now, let's say you make yourself buff, you get a 2% increase to basic and strike. But that's going to do it for the vid. Just wanted to quickly cover that. Just trying to spread awareness. I know there are a lot of people who still play the game, may or may not be aware of that. Hopefully this helps some players out. That's all I got for right now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.